Hello everyone, and after an absence of a week, we're back with Mystic Moonstone's weekly angel card reading. Got a few decks around me to see how we feel, what I want to go with. The duration for this reading is the 12th through to the 18th. Let's have a look and see what the angels have in store for us this week. I nearly dropped my cards there. That's not clever. Okay, first card we have is Archangel Haniel, and we have the Passion card. Trust and follow in your renewed passion in your love life and your career. So that's going out in almost two different paths there. Okay, Archangel Haniel is the angel who helps you to see that you are enough. Where am I going? I'm going to these. So let's have a look and see. Maybe for some reason, for a while, your career's felt a little bit like it's on the doldrums. Maybe it's relationships. Maybe you're trying to bring in a new relationship. Maybe you've got a relationship around you where you just need to fan the flames a little bit. Let's have a look. And we've got the power of attraction. There's definitely love in the air for somebody out there. Okay, so let's see. In the UK, a lot of restrictions are being lifted on the 12th, so there is that kind of sense of freedom. There is that kind of sense of hope that you can at least meet in a beer garden. You know, life is kind of returning slowly to normal. Slowly. Okay, so those two cards together, definitely for someone out there, there is an attraction coming in. Sorry, I've got an airfield just over there, so you can hear that plane going over. Nothing I can do about that. I've got the window open. It's a lovely day. Let's have a look and go to midweek. Oops, it doesn't want me to take that card. Look, can you see? I'm not doing it right. Okay, all right, sorry. They're not pleased with me there. Maybe I've got the wrong deck, I don't know. No, I don't think so. Okay, they wanted this card. We have the beloved one. You can see I don't script mine. They literally sabotaged me on film. So, the beloved one is Archangel Chamuel. He does help with soulmate relationships. There's definitely love in the air. I did a reading last week and somebody said about love being in the air. There definitely seems to be it in this reading. And it's saying, I'm helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. Okay? So... let's see. So this may be for established relationships as well. We'll go to these ones. So it may be, like I was saying, it's time to kind of fan the flames a little bit, get that passion again. You know, we've all been kind of stuck with each other, haven't we, one thing or another. So I think for a lot of people, you know, when I'm online and I'm reading for people and I'm doing like... just readings in general, I'm finding a lot of people in established relationships really struggled, just because there's been no outlet, you know, there's been no meeting with friends, things like that, that sometimes kind of helps you to kind of just keep everything going in your relationship. We've got the angel of prayer. Ask the universe and the angels for help and guidance. So there's definitely, as I said, love in the air. I feel for somebody there's, you're just needing that little bit of spiritual guidance. Just because you have got a soulmate relationship, it is there, but you just need to kind of just... I suppose you have to work at a relationship. It's like a garden, isn't it? And it's there, but the weeds grow, and sometimes you need to kind of just sort things out, just prune things back a little bit, and just kind of sort things. You know, and that's the same as any relationship. Honestly, you know, you have to put work into a relationship. Okay, let's have a look. You can't just leave it, otherwise it turns into an untended garden. I don't know if that's a good example or not, but that's how it's coming in. And we have the card of communication. So you've been asking for guidance, haven't we? And there's the guidance, okay? So Archangel Gabriel, the angel of new beginnings, the angel of children, is an angel who comes around writers. But in this card, he's exposing his heart, and I really feel it's about communicating with your loved ones, letting them know what's going on inside your heart. Maybe just letting someone know how much they mean to you. You know, sometimes when you've just got someone and they're just there, you take them for granted. And, you know, you forget to say I love you as you're going out the door, or you just forget to say something simple like thank you. Okay, thank you for being here for me. Thank you for putting up with my moods. You know, thank you for taking the bin out. Whatever, you know. But in relationships, we just kind of tend to take people for granted. So, just remember that if you're having issues with a relationship, communicate. Okay, nothing gets solved by not communicating. Even if your communication leads you to somewhere you don't want to be, at least you're there. At least you have your answers. At least you know what you're dealing with. If you just, you know, I literally hate this idea of couples just blocking each other and not discussing things and not communicating, because nothing gets solved. Okay, the card's asking you, what do you feel? I tell you what, these cards are going really beautifully together. What's in your heart? What do you feel? Communicate what you feel. You know, those two cards together are almost like a sentence, aren't they? You know, communicate what you feel. Don't bottle it up. Don't hold on to resentments. You know, on this card, if you look, there's an apple and there's an orange. That's almost like complete opposites, isn't it? And, you know, sometimes in relationships you feel like that. You know, but they say opposites attract, and sometimes you have to be, you know, dear Prince Philip, you know, it was so sad this week, wasn't it? And, you know, I've said prayers for his journey and prayers for the Queen, but they are a perfect example. You know, I heard someone say that he was her one act of rebelliousness and she was his one act of conformity. And when you think about it, quite literally, that's kind of saying he was an anchor and she was the wings. And I think that's what makes a really good relationship, to have those kind of different elements come in. For one to keep the relationship grounded, for one to give it, you know, to give it the wings, I suppose you would say, to give it the lift. And if you look at that card, you have the two opposites, but then you do have the middle ground. And the middle ground is communication. Okay, so with that, you know, it's almost like a sentence that's come in, and communication is important. Okay, with that, I'm going to just quickly move on before Mel go at me for waffling and do a recap. Okay, so there's another layer in this reading that maybe I should have kind of touched on, but it's coming to me as I'm doing the reading. There is a layer of career. Okay, now let me explain. Archangel Haniel. This card says, trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and your career. So quite literally, career is there. Archangel Haniel is the angel of clarity, and quite often she's the angel we call upon when we want clarity. So if you're trying to, I don't know, get answers on where to go with your career, quite often she will bring in the answers. She also helps you to clear away what's not actually working for you. Okay, then you have the power of attraction. What you really like, you can attract into your life. What you love, you can attract into your life. How many times do we see people who maybe have a passion for something like, I don't know, baking, and they draw success, and that hobby becomes a successful business, okay? Loads of other careers start that way, you know, from photographers or whatever, you know, it's that passion, it's that what you like, you attract into your life. So that's where that's going, okay? Now we move on to, remember we were talking about romance as well, so yes, who you're attracted to, what you're attracted to, the energy you're giving out, you will attract back into your life, okay, so that kind of speaks for itself. Then we move on to the beloved one. The beloved one can be your soulmate relationship, how you're going to sort it out. Archangel Samuel is that angel who will help you with that. He will help you to find soulmates. But he's also the spiritual careers counsellor. So you see where it's kind of coming in, and it's being interwoven there. And the card is saying here, ask the universe and angels for help and guidance. Well, think about it. Here's your spiritual career counsellor, and they're saying to you, call upon the angels for guidance. So if you're maybe at an impasse in your career progression, maybe you feel that you are not being challenged enough, maybe you want to make changes, call upon this angel. And then do not be afraid to watch the signs as they come in, because signs will come in. You may get congratulated on how you're doing your job. You might get a large order come in. You know, so you're self-doubting and you're asking this angel, can you bring me in some signs? He will bring them. You will get something like that. Or by the other token, you may get, you suddenly see a job that's totally different to what you're doing, but something you would really like to do, or somebody tells you about an opportunity. So they are signs. You have to watch out for the signs. Okay, we get to Archangel Gabriel, angel of new beginnings, and also the angel of communication. So if you're doing any kind of job hunting, you need to communicate, whether it's sorting out your CV, your resume, whether it's applying application forms, whether it's sorting out your LinkedIn, talking at communication, at interviews. Communication is key. Okay, even just putting out feelers and letting people know and networking, it's all about communication. And it's letting others know what it is that you want, what it is that your heart desires. What do you feel? Okay, so with the career, what is it you feel? What are you feeling? Think about it. You know, you've got this juggling, this apple and this orange. So maybe there's a lot of different conflicting things coming in your life. Maybe you're doing one job, but you really want to do another job and you're trying to think how to do it. So, you know, it's about communicating. So maybe you need to communicate with people first who will help you to get on the path you want. Maybe you don't want oranges in your life. Maybe you just want oranges in your life, you know. It depends what you want. It depends what you feel. So that communication may be with experts who can tell you where to get training, who can help you to see what transferable skills you already have and how to apply them. Okay, so look out for where communication comes in with regards to career, if that's what you feel is resonating with you with this reading. If what is resonating with you with this reading, and I said I feel there's two layers, is about romance, and it doesn't have to be a new romance, it can be an existing romance. Sometimes they're the ones that you really need to put the hardest work into. Communicate. Communicate how you feel. Communicate to the other person. Okay, tell them how you feel about them. Quite often in a long-term relationship, we forget to say thank you. We just don't. We just simply take it for granted that they're going to put the bins out, or they're going to wash up, or they're going to do this, or they're going to do that, or they're going to bring us that cuppa, and we don't say thank you. And we forget to say I love you as we walk out the door, or we walk in the door, you know, because we just become used to it. So, you know, and we shouldn't take anybody for granted. And we need to communicate how we're feeling. By the same token, if we feel we're being taken for granted, we need to communicate that. Don't let it fester, because then it just kind of, it builds into something that it's not. Okay, so get it out there. And as I say, I love the way those two cards, to me, they're like, it's like a sentence, isn't it? You know, communicate what you feel. Literally, that is what those cards are saying. So communicate it, whether it's to do with romance or whether it's to do with career. Communicate what you feel. And by doing that, you will attract in what it is that you really desire. Okay, with that, I'm going to apologise if it feels a little bit glitchy this week. Yes, I've had techie problems. We got all the cards out, and because all the cards were out, I didn't want to start again. Okay, I don't think that's fair on the angels. They're giving me a message to give to you. I don't think I can go, oh, I've had techie problems, I'm going to start again. My cards are always unscripted, they always go out there, and that is the way I work. But yeah, I had a techie problem, so... yes, so that's why if you feel like it's been spliced together, it has, but only once all the cards were out and just around by the recap sort of side of it. Also want to give a big shout out for a lady that I've been asking you to pray for. She's had COVID, as far as I know, for most of this year. Okay, she spent most of February, March, what will be now April, in hospital. She's a fighter. She's such a fighter. And we've really had good news this weekend where she's back in a normal bed, she's off ventilator. I mean, she was in ICU, so we're talking a real fighter here. And it looks like things are going to be all right. And I'm just so proud of her for being such a wonderful fighter, and I just want to send out love to her and her family and say I really heart you for being the fighter that you are. And thank you, everyone who sent prayers her way. If she wants to name herself, I'll let her. You know, she can send a message to you on page or in Mystic Moonstone's corner. But at the moment, I don't feel she's up to writing, so we'll give her a few weeks for that. But she'll get there. Anyway, love and laughter to you all.